My first patrol in command of the Skate was in February of 1944. We had been assigned a position, maybe 100 miles north of Truk, the main fleet bastion of the Japanese in the Pacific. Earlier, the Fifth Fleet had been striking the Marshalls and the Gilberts and had had such success that they decided to try to skip a little more ocean and hit Truk. And that was called Operation Hailstone. Because of that attack by the Fifth Fleet, we were given a line that we had to get across to get onto our station, because if we didn't, it became a blind bombing area where any aircraft of ours could bomb any submarine caught there. So we were driving ahead to get into this area. Unfortunately, we were beset by heavy seas for several days en route to our science station, had been slowed down to as little as 5 knots because of the green water coming over the bow. Well, eventually the seas calmed and we made more progress. About 8 hours before we were to enter our assigned area, we surfaced after making a trim dive. Having been on the surface for several days, we needed to get our trim. We surfaced and immediately one of the lookouts spotted ships to the south of us. We submerged then, and initially it looked as though this was a large ship with some escorts. We thought perhaps that they would be able to evade us by being too far for a torpedo shot, but at the right time they zigged right for us. Again, that put us in front of a starboard destroyer this time, and it turned out it was a cruiser, which we were unable to identify, but he came into range and we let loose 4 torpedoes at him and immediately got the destroyer on the starboard bow, came after us. I don't know whether he saw the wakes or what, but anyway, he detected us, and we were forced to go deep. We did hear on the sound that we had gotten what we thought were several hits, but we had no evidence at the time of the damage that we had done. We submerged to several hundred feet in order to escape a furious depth charge. The ship turned out to have been a cruiser, a new cruiser that the Japanese were bringing back to the Empire. These 2 destroyers that were escorting her were a little bit put out by having failed in their duty to protect that cruiser. After several hours, we surfaced again. It was dark by that time, and we could see fire and smoke in the distance in the night time. So we circled around, trying to get down moon so that we would not be silhouetted. About that time, when we were ready to make another attack, the cruiser sank, and the destroyers came at what we thought was headed for us. We did our best to evade them, and did. We probably missed a chance to sink them, but fortunately our contact message got to commander of the Fifth Fleet, and next morning he sent some aircraft out to sink those destroyers with the survivors from the cruisers. So that's the way that one went.